is season one, episode one of 2X My Business in 90 days. Today we have Logan, and I don't know a ton about Logan's business. So in this episode, we're going to be asking a bunch of questions, learning a ton about his business, and putting together a game plan for the next 90 days to 2X his business. Now, Logan, this is something you and I have only talked about a little bit, but I want to see if you're game for this. I want to make the stakes just a little bit higher. So I'm curious what you think about this. If we can't 2X your business in 90 days, I was thinking maybe together we donate $10,000 to a charity of our choice. What do you think about that?
I'm down for it.
You're down
But
for
I will
it?
say
Okay.
I'm going to be donating it to the Mormon Church though.
Okay.
So
Cool.
we really need to double the profit of this business if you're not down for that.
Awesome. Yeah. So polarizing take right off the top. Love that for us. No, that's cool. Yeah. I mean, I'm actually gonna donate mine. I'll do 10K. Maybe you do 1K because I don't want to put that
What
on
would you donate it to?
I was thinking probably St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital is
Oh, that's
kind of my
pretty
speed.
good, too.
Hard to
Maybe I'll
hit
do
on
that
the
one.
kids.
I'll flip a coin when I'm.
You'll flip a coin?
If
Okay,
we
cool.
get to that point, yeah.
Dude, just do 10K for both then, if you're about it.
They're easy.
Yeah. Okay. Right on. So Logan, what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna jump right into this. So I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna start asking you questions about your business because for us to scale this, we need to understand what it is we are even, even is we're working on. So tell me about your business. What's the name of your business?
Name is Guerrilla Media Group. That's GUERRILLA.
Guerrilla Media Group. Okay. What's the service you guys offer?
So we started by just doing done for you social media content. So we would basically research, script, shoot, edit, and post monthly content for clients. So that was like our main core offering for the longest time. In the last 2 months, we've really dived into creating in-house clipping teams for people. And so we've been doing that as well. In addition to, so some clients are still on the old stuff. Some clients are just on the new stuff, but there's maybe 3 that are doing both. And I've seen that's the most dangerous combo.
Got it. Okay. So is this generally for individual people or for businesses or somewhere in the middle?
We
Who's
have a
the
few
avatar?
businesses, but the avatar is someone that's trying to build their personal brand. But I'm seeing that mostly it's very high performers in their industry that are very much of the mindset of leveraging their time as best they can. So they don't want to spend all their time building their own brand. They'd rather outsource the legwork to someone else. We have a few companies in there, but they're usually linked to some of these avatars that we're talking about. So these high performer personal brand builders. I'd say that's 80 to 90% of our business.
Okay. What is your current monthly revenue? What did you guys do last month?
So our current, so the last 3 months I averaged it out is 25K per month. We just closed 3 new packages at an average of 2,500 each, and I'm in the process of closing 2 more this week. And so that will go up, but the last 3 months was 25K
You said 2,500 a month or a week?
a month.
A month. I don't know why I thought I heard week. Okay.
I wish, dude.
Yeah. Right. Well, maybe that's the secret.
That's where we're
That's
headed.
how we get more profit.
That's how we don't have to donate to St. Jude's Children's Hospital.
We sound terrible. We need to make more money for ourselves, so we don't have to help the kid with cancer.
No, I think I'll probably end up donating no matter what. If I have double the profit,
Yeah,
that's,
clip that. Right on.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Do you know what your profit margin is? So when you do
Roughly
25K in a
40%.
month, what's your profit? 30%? Okay.
40%.
40%.
40%, yeah.
I
have some business costs too that are about to drop off. I bought several and financed several a software and a coaching package. The coaching package is going to drop off the end of the year, and then the software is going to drop off here in the next 3 months. So August, September, October is the last month. So that's $1,400 a month for that, and then $1,000 for the coaching. So I'm paying $2,400 extra in cost. So that profit margin is lower right now, but I think it'll jump up to 50% or a little less once those drop off.
Gotcha. Okay. Right on. What are your other expenses?
So of course, staff is the biggest one. So that's running me. So the thing is, we're pretty dynamic. We'll start and stop editors as needed, depending on demand. And so that will run me anywhere from like minimum a month is going to be like 8K on staffing, but maximum sometimes we're up to 10 to 12K, depending on the need.
Okay, let's just say 10K for an example. How many editors is a 10K month team?
So that would probably be about 5 editors, and then we have 2 VAs in there as well. And they're doing our social media management. And so, but a lot of this is stuff that you have built out and automated with AI with your new pipeline. And so I'm looking to try to drive those costs down in the next few months by figuring out the same pipelines. But because we use, actually, sorry, I'll circle back to that after I go through all the costs. So staff's the biggest one.
Okay.
I have my main guy, his name is Skylar, absolute A player, like from your trading that you did last week. He is the A player of my company, and you're absolutely right. Everyone that I hire now, I compare to Skylar, and they always fall short of Skylar. I'm like, dude, this guy's a beast. So I pay him $5K a month. He wears several different hats. He's a videographer. He runs our studio in Utah, and he does a lot of like the coordination between like when the footage is shot to dealing with the editors and making sure that the editors, are working on the right stuff. And he also revises videos, which is a huge time suck for him. So I'm trying to figure out how to cut down on that. Okay. But yeah, Skylar's a beast. Whatever I do, I want to work with Skylar. I want to take him with me wherever I go. So,
okay. What other expenses do you have?
Then next, the biggest one would be the software costs. So we have just over $1,000 in software costs between Google Suite and then Vista Social. That's our scheduling software we use for publishing content for clients. And then Frame.io.
Okay.
And then I have a few other small softwares. I just upgraded to the $200 a month Anthropic because I'm trying to build some serious stuff, and I keep getting bottlenecked on tokens with the $20 a month. So I just upped that. So that will be an additional software cost.
Cool. Any other expenses?
And then last expenses is I have a maxed out business credit card that has like 28,000, and I don't have to pay any interest on it for another like 16 months. So I just kind of let it chill there. And they just hit me with a varying minimum payment every month that can range from $800 to $2,000, depending on what we spent. Because sometimes we'll put like plane tickets or things like that on there.
Okay, so you're looking at probably another 4% there. Maybe let's say 5% there. Okay, yeah. So 5, 9. I'm just adding up these. So 60%. Yeah, that adds up to 40% profit margin. Wow. I'm gonna be honest with you. Normally that doesn't happen.
It's like I'm telling the truth, bro. It's like I'm actually trying to be real here.
Normally I do that, and it's like you find out right away somebody doesn't know what they're talking about.
Yeah. No,
okay. Good. Great. So we'll circle back on that, because obviously the whole point of this is to 2x your profit in 90 days, and there's going to be 2 levers to do that. All right. A lot of people think, just make more money, which is true. And when you're at 25K a month, that is candidly the bigger lever, because you can only trim so much fat off something that's already pretty lean. But some of that too is getting smarter with your expenses, so trimming expenses, because the whole point is to get more profitable. If you take 100K a month business, for example, and let's say they're doing a 20% profit margin, which means they're doing 20K take home. Well, for this same business to take, let's say, do 50K take home at 20% profit margin. So let's see, 20%, 50K take home. They would need to do beep, boop, beep, a little bit of math, 250K top line. Or what they could do is they could become a lot more profitable, right? Let's just say they go to 40% profitability, which, to be fair, 2xing is a lot, but let's say 40%. Now all of a sudden, all they need to do is like don't fight me right now, like 120-ish. That put them at 30, 150. Yeah, somebody's gonna in the comments hate on me, and I wish they would.
That's like 60K. Yeah, roughly.
Yeah, ish. Yeah. For the big brains.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we need to be working on both. Okay, what are you guys currently doing to acquire new customers?
So we have never done a single thing to acquire new customers outside of receive referrals. So, especially when I was in Utah, dude, we had, so I recently, just for some context, I still have my operation going in Utah with a studio there. Oh, that's another expense I totally forgot. So maybe my margins are a little screwed up. Yeah, my bad. Uh-oh, man, I thought it was on it. $900 a month for our studio in Utah. And then I pay out a referral fee every month of around $600. So there's an additional $1,500 unaccounted for. I'm so ashamed right now, dude. Really thought I had.
All right, that's why we do it. So this would be about 2%. This would be about 3% ish, give or take. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean you're still plus or minus
I'm in range.
4% of where you said. So.
Especially because those things vary sometimes, like the credit card payments or whatever. So
I am normally a lot harder on this, right? Because knowing your numbers is arguably the most important thing in a business, and especially a business like this. So normally I'm like, we got to know it. You knew it pretty well. We're going to tidy this up as we go. But for right now, we'll keep it moving. So
Sweet.
You've never done anything other than referrals.
Correct.
Question, why?
To be honest with you, like I haven't felt competent enough to run ads. And that's like, in my mind, that's like the other thing I could do. I know there's cold DMs we could do. I don't really like to sit there and send out DMs. I know I should probably hire for that maybe. But yeah, we've had enough, like, okay, so before I moved to Arizona, we had some, like our MRR was around 50 to 70K a month. We were really doing super well. And what I found is that when I was there, and I'd be in the studio working and we'd have podcasts or we'd be working with clients, they'd bring friends. We just like would build rapport with people naturally and we would be closing clients all the time. So our pipeline was always full just from like being in person with people and them using the studio. When I moved to Arizona, like my guy Skylar, he's amazing, but he's an absolute like executor. I'm a lot better at like joking around and building rapport with clients and stuff and making them feel comfortable, which is a big part of them wanting to do content with you. So ever since I moved to Arizona, closing clients here was slower and I've been slowly building up and I'm starting to close more people here, but we had a lot of clients drop off in Utah at the same time, which is why our MRR went so low compared to what it was. So I never felt a need, to answer your question, I never felt a need to do anything outside of referrals.
Let's circle back on this. So I'm going to put like a little bold on this, but can you just tell me about like how the business operates? So like what is your offer? What do you guys do?
Yeah, so basically if someone was to call me and say, hey dude, we need video, I'd ask a few discovery questions like what kind of volume are you trying to do? What's your goals here? Like what target market are you talking to? Ultimately to basically pitch them on. Like my ideal back in the day before we started clipping was let's get them posting daily. So what I would tell them is we will research based on your goals, we'll script, we're gonna shoot it for you, we're gonna edit it for you, and we're going to distribute it for you. We'll post everything, we'll write the captions, and it prices out to $100 per video for all those services. So for one video, you're paying $100, but you're getting the research behind that video, the script, we're gonna film it for you, we'll edit it, we'll post it. So it was simple math, like basically you pay us $3K a month and we'll post daily for you.
Got it. And this would be short form?
Short form, yeah.
So you'd be posting like Instagram, just Instagram, other platforms?
All the classic short form platforms, IG, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. And then we have some like custom packages where we would do extra. We'll post some podcasts for people or some long form YouTube videos, but what I just described is like the core and probably 90% of our business.
Gotcha. Okay. Tell me a little bit about like maybe one client you've helped that was like a case study you have, somebody you helped where the results that they got, it's like, holy cow, this was incredible.
Yeah, I'd say the one that's top of mind right now, this guy's now getting like 15 leads a week from his organic content. He is a plumber and he coaches other plumbers on how to scale their plumbing companies or their HVAC companies. and because he's built a really big plumbing company himself. So truth be told, like I was not good at the social media side for the first year I was in business because I was coming from a videography background, and I knew people needed social media content, but I wasn't thinking in terms of how can I get them an ROI? How can I draw a line to their revenue with the content we're making? How can we make stuff that actually targets the right audience? Before I was just going for like, oh, we need to go viral, we need views, we need vanity metrics, just the classic thoughts that people think when they're like, I need to build a social media, right? Yeah. So for the first year, we grinded with this guy, and it was a slog. Like he didn't like being on camera. We didn't really know what we were doing with the script, so we were just kind of posting stuff, and he had super slow growth. In the last 6 months, we started clipping and doing scripted content, a combination of that. And we just introduced mini chat with lead magnets, and he's pulling 15 leads a week where he's booking these calls, and their tickets are massive, like 100K tickets, because they do like a 9K a month retainer or something like that. And so yeah, that's my biggest case study, and the direction that I feel like we need to go as a company. We can no longer just make our deliverable like, hey, we'll do content for you. We need to be able to monetize the views that people are getting with a combination of the scripted content, the clipping, and creating lead magnets and mini chat funnels for them.
Yeah, so there's a frame for that. It's called being close to the profit center. So the closer you are to somebody's profit center, meaning the part of their business that makes them money, or even just like, if you're doing something B2C, this could be closest like the value center, where it's like the more value you provide somebody, but it's easier B2B because you can draw a direct line to the ROI. Mm-hmm. But the closer you are to their profit center, the more you can charge, the lower your churn will be. If I made a widget that helped business owners take 2-minute shorter poops every day, yeah, it's really cool, but it's really hard to explain to them how that's going to make them more money. Whereas if I made an app that made every $1 that they make turn into $2, pretty easy sale, right? Because you can draw a straight line. So for you, right, what you're describing is exactly that. Hey, we tried clipping content, we tried posting on social media. Then what we realized was when we generate leads via ManyChat, start having these conversations, push them straight to whatever the sales funnel is, holy cow, this guy made more money. So typically when businesses are doing some type of social media content, even if that's the thing that they're waving their hands and say, hey, we help you with organic. Honestly, a lot of those businesses in the back end to help those customers stay and help their retention are actually just running ads, believe it or not. Because it's like content is the thing people want, but some type of ad or funnel is the thing that people actually need to make money.
Yes, that makes complete sense.
Okay,
cool.
So how to help customers make clear ROI. More importantly, it's not just about them making the ROI, though. It's more importantly, how can we attribute it, right? How can we show them? How can we show them right in front of their face, hey, this action that we took is what caused this ROI? Because their business could slowly start making more money, and they literally might not put 2 and 2 together. So,
yeah,
I'll get you the recording. You don't have to beat the shit out of your keyboard over there.
Oh, I was just trying to lower my input volume so I'm not throwing stuff out there, unnecessary audio. But you thought I was taking notes? No, dude. Yeah. I know you'll give me the record. I know you'll do right by me.
My little studious boy. Okay, so recap. We have a business helping people with organic content, mostly personal brand based. Recently, we've discovered that our best results come when we help people generate leads and push people into a funnel. Surprise. Profit margin is about 40%. We're at 25K a month. So the next 90 days, we need to get to, so wait, we never did the math on that. We kind of buried the lead. So if you're doing 25K a month at a 40% profit margin, that implies, what's your take home? Not even your take home.
Trevor, would you be cool upping that number a little bit? Just because I did just close some clients. That was just the average of the last 3. Could we just start at 30? I feel like that would be more accurate. And I feel like it would give St. Jude's. It would give St. Jude's a little more chance. Yeah,
I was trying to take some
credit or not.
Okay, cool. So 40% of 30K is 12K. So 90 days from today, you need to be at 24K profit. So then the question now becomes, how do we get there? Great question. I guess that's my job, huh?
Yeah, I'll shut up and let you take it from here, bro.
Okay. Firstly, I'm going to go back to the thing I highlighted, right? How are we acquiring new customers? How are we generating leads? You're not, right? Referrals are awesome. The fact that you've gotten to this point with just referrals tells me you probably have a great service. You definitely have a great service, and people like you. That's awesome. There is no leverage to that, though, right? So if you were going to take any notes, the word I want you to write down is leverage. Okay? Why is there no leverage to this? Because you can only grow based on the people that you are interacting with. So there's two functions there. The first is time, right? There's no leverage to your own time. Now, you can make the argument that you could have other people going out and having these one-on-one relationships, but at scale, that it can be done, but it's not the easiest. The second constraint you're running into is it's only the people that are paying you because they're really not doing anything out in the open in like a free ecosystem where people can engage. For example, I'm recording this for free. Maybe someday, these people that are watching this free recording, I might ask for money. Probably not, to be honest, but I could, right? Because I'm giving them value, so when I ask, it's pretty easy to make that ask. So anyways, we need to find things that give us leverage. Before I go off on the longest monologue of all time, is there anything right now that comes to your mind when I say that?
Yeah, I'm thinking cold DMs could be a good place to start. I'm just not confident with meta ads, but maybe some meta ads.
Okay, you're not confident. So the question is, why? Or why not?
So the reason why not is I've tried meta ads for various things. Like when I first joined your offer, we were trying to build a new offer within the company because I've known for a while that just the content posting daily is not enough. Like we're going to get slept if we keep doing that. So I was trying to add new offers. So we were trying to basically generate leads for trades companies. And, we generated some leads, but things didn't really work out as I hoped. And so took a little hit to the meta ads confidence there.
Okay.
And I haven't.
What
really
happened
seen
specifically though? Like you ran some ads for
ran some ads. Really, I think it would have worked. We had the setup we were trying to do is we'd run an ad and then we'd have a lead setter call. So it'd be for like an AC tune-up, like free AC tune-up. And all we're trying to do is just get them in the house and sell a subscription, right? And we'd have our lead setter, like as soon as someone filled out the form, a lead setter was supposed to call them within a couple minutes, ideally under 2. We could not get a lead setter, even people in-house that worked here at the company. We could not get a lead setter to call people within. Sometimes it would be like a day or 2 before they finally reached out to the lead. And so I feel like it could have worked if we had the right people in place.
Why was that such a constraint?
People just get busy, I don't know.
Dude, at 25K a month, why don't you just pick up the phone and call them?
Because I also have to take care of all my clients that are part of our grandfather offer. You know what I mean? It's like I'm trying to keep the lights on. Daddy's got to keep the lights on.
But honest question, what does taking care of your current clients look like?
So I do a lot of scripting. I'm on meetings, phone calls. I'll have weekly meetings with certain clients. I actually do some shooting myself still. I'm trying to do as little as possible. And then I'd say, those are the biggest time suck. Like the scripting is a huge time suck. But if you have bad scripts, then it's like, we're basically putting garbage out there.
Yeah. Okay. I think even before we figure out, so we need to have a note here. It's like open loops or constraints basically. Right. So one of the first things that jumps out at me, like it is screaming at me, is we need to do a time audit. Because, and this is not in any way an attack. I know you're
dude, I love it.
That's why I'm not asking. But when I see this, I'm like, oh yeah, dude, that's a slow Tuesday morning. That sounds nice. Now, to be fair, as you're in the game longer and longer, your bandwidth continues to rise, your skills rise, like all these things. But I'm like, dude, I'm not kidding you. It's like, oh, sweet. Like I have an hour working to go to the beach. That sounds great.
Wow.
We need to do a bit of a time audit there and figure out what's going on. Especially now, if you told me, hey, I'm doing this for $1 million a month worth of clients, it's like, okay, yeah, it's probably a full fucking day. Like there's no way around it. But for, I'm going to guess 10 clients ish. How many
10 to 15. Yeah.
10 to 15. Okay. So for 10 to 15 active clients, dude, batch the hell out of this. So the scripting we can batch, and we're also going to look at batching, and then how we can leverage AI for this. The phone calls. I mean, how many phone calls are you doing? Like, what's the cadence?
It varies, man. It's just all, they all have my number, so it's like I could have.
Dude, my mother is lucky she has my number. Nobody has my number. That's like we need to have like a segment where it's like a Trevor timeout. Business owners, don't ever give your personal cell phone away. It's always the boomers too. So this isn't you, but Mormons are kind of like boomers. If there's a Venn diagram, those two are touching for sure.
Oh, there's a lot of overlap for sure there.
Yeah, it's like dad jeans.
Love America.
Love America. Yep. White.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Anyways, that was messed up. Good thing we have clippers to clip things out.
That's right.
Yeah, dude. It's like people wear it as like a badge of honor. It's like, hey, here's my cell phone.
Yeah.
Giving more access is not giving more value. I really need you to hear that. Giving more access is not giving more value. It actually dilutes you. It actually creates less value. Like the fact that, like, when we jumped on this call, before we started, probably 5 minutes, you and I chatted before we hit the record button, and you were just like so thankful we got to do this. It's like, yeah, dude, because you don't have access to me all the time.
Right.
And I don't mean that in like a douchey way, but it's
for sure.
You're like, oh yeah, like this is a valuable thing. This wouldn't be valuable if you could just text me whenever you want or call me whenever you want.
Good point.
I don't even know I have no idea where my cell phone is right now. So we're gonna work on that for sure. Are these phone calls? Is there like a regular cadence? Like, hey, I meet with people roughly once a week, or is it just like when they have an issue, they just call you whenever they want?
It's a combo. I'd say 80% of it is if they have an issue. I do have a weekly cadence with certain clients. I have a daily cadence with one client right now. We just started with them, and they're every single day. It's like a 5 to 10 minute check-in. We're gonna finish out the first. It was like a trial period, and my requirements for continuing to work together, because they've been happy with what we've done, but I need to not be meeting so often.
Okay, so for the sake of brevity in this meeting, I'll prep some stuff for episode 2 for you on this, because this is a huge constraint. So just episode 1 is almost always about let's just collect as much info as possible. I'm going to try to give you some homework before the next one too, but holy cow, this we might just change this and double your revenue and call it a day. That's that big of a thing.
Wow.
Okay, what else? Okay, so we need to do a time audit. We need to look at how we will generate new leads. We need to then look at our funnel and sales process, right? Because if we're not generating leads, I'm going to assume we don't have much of like a sales flow. It's probably just...
It's literally just me hopping on a call and schmoozing them.
Yeah, which, to be fair, is part
giving
of it.
Giving them that Mormon charm,
That, I mean, I've bought plenty of things because of that very charm. So
it's worked, yeah.
It does work. These are the 3 things. We're gonna find more, but I mean,
honestly, that makes sense. Like, I feel like you're right. If we just fix that, it would massively change things.
Oh, I know what the other one was. I felt like it was a more offer, right? You kind of alluded to this, but the reason why you had struggled with these meta ads up here. So, correct me if I'm wrong. You have not run meta ads for your own offer, correct? Okay, so you ran for somebody else. So
yeah,
running ads for an HVAC company, running ads for this business that you have here, I wouldn't say that one is necessarily easier or harder, but it is literally like trying to learn football and trying to learn soccer. Like, they're just 2 different things. So one, I wouldn't let that freak you out about something else. Maybe you're good at this one. Okay. I don't know. Plus, you intimately know your business, where I'm going to guess you don't intimately understand an HVAC business. Maybe you do, but that's part of the constraint. The second constraint that I see too is this is a nasty funnel to run. Now, don't get me wrong, it can work. If you've got a setter that's calling them in 60 seconds, that's great, but that by itself is not a funnel strategy. That's a great bolt-on to an already existing funnel strategy. Does that make sense when I say that?
Could you elaborate a little more when you say bolt-on?
Yeah, so let's say so the funnel you ran here, you ran an ad, right? So we'll draw it. Right, so we ran an ad. Whoops, that's way too big. That's not what she said. Okay,
I'm trying to stop that habit of that's what she said?
I just have never had anybody say it to me. So, so you ran an ad, and then at some point you collected their information. Whether that was it a landing page, was it an instant
It was a
form
form fill on Meta,
Okay.
form fill out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So it was an instant form. Great. So we collected probably name, email, phone number, right?
Yep.
And then all we did was collect that, and somebody's supposed to call them.
Yeah, and then we had it connected to GHL. GHL would generate, a profile and a lead or whatever in a certain pipeline, and then the lead setter would get a notification and with all the information they were supposed to just call them. Yeah.
So, but when this person filled out the form, where did they go? Like, what was their experience?
They just went to they basically just got sent to the company website.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So we just burned money. That's nice.
Yeah, basically.
Sweet. Yeah, I love that. Usually when I burn my money, I actually make sure it's in like really small bills, and then I go in the backyard and put it in a pit, and then I get real close to it. That way it'll at least keep me warm when I'm wasting it,
And you make sure that St. Jude's knows you're burning it instead of giving it to them.
Exactly. Yep. But you just burned it and didn't even keep it warm.
That's true.
Like you said, fuck St. Jude's, fuck my warm. I'm just gonna waste the money.
I was feeling reckless that day.
Yeah, dude. Well, fuck them kids. Am I right? That's crazy, dude. So, a couple things here.
Yeah.
This call very important, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat. Like, this is awesome, but let me put this in red here. This is a bolt-on. This is a part. This is like an offshoot of the experience. But once somebody fills out this form, now what? Right? There's a funnel that was really popular in the coaching space for years called a tripwire funnel, which then became what's called an SLO, a self-liquidating offer. And if you've ever seen like a Tony Robbins ad or a Dean Graziosi ad, what they would do is they'd effectively offer you like, hey, here's this free thing, right? A lead magnet. And then you're like, cool. And then they give you an order bump. They're like, oh, well, for $29, you can get this really cool thing. Basically, the lead magnet opens a loop. And then to close the loop, you got to buy this thing. And then when you decide to buy that, they're like, oh, well, they give you an order bump. Oh, you can, for $10 extra, you can get this thing. And effectively, if you just keep saying the word yes and putting in your credit card information, I mean, Tony Robbins will sell you something for like $100,000. Like, there's really no limit. If you just keep saying yes, like the funnel always continues, right? That's
been
why I
down
say
many
for
of
you.
those.
Yeah. So for you, this was a dead end. It just stops. There's no experience, and it doesn't need to be the same thing where you're selling something. But hey, you just filled out this form. If you want to get immediately on our calendar, schedule here. Or it can be as simple as, hey, here's our phone number. We might be busy. We might not get you in the next 10 minutes. But if you call us, somebody from our team will answer. Give
I don't know
them
why I
the
didn't think of
opportunity to
that.
take action. Yeah.
It seems so obvious now that you're saying it.
Yeah, I mean, that's life, though. But we want to always give them the opportunity to take action. Because especially with something like Meta where the intent is a little bit lower. Because you take something like Google. Somebody literally says, oh, my HVAC's out. HVAC guy near me. Intent's super high. They're just going to pick up the phone and call you. On Meta, they could be sitting on the toilet. They could be sitting on a bus somewhere. And the second they scroll off and they leave your funnel, I mean, that's why I'll tell people, hey, if you don't call somebody within like 10 minutes as a Meta lead, they're not going to care because they're not going to remember you. Maybe they will. I mean, there's always a chance. If you have a very unique offer or something that they hadn't really seen a bunch of, they're not going to care. Whereas, like, if you're going to run ads for like what I've done in the past and what you're doing now is effectively a marketing agency, you better get on their butt now because by the time you wait 10 minutes, they've already seen 15 other ads for marketing agencies.
True.
So anyways, give them the opportunity to continue. Calling is a bonus, right? We would have our setters call in pretty much all of our businesses and all of our clients' businesses. But the idea was, can we get a 20% bonus from this? Can we get a 50% bonus from what the funnel is already producing? Okay, so if we go back down, you didn't really have a funnel, and you also didn't really have an offer, right? So the funnel is what we just explained. Then the offer, right? Like right now, if I said, give me a 2-sentence, like give me an elevator pitch, like give me 2 sentences, what can you do for me?
I would say we could build your personal brand while getting you leads and getting you traffic that you own.
We can build your personal brand. Say it again.
While getting you leads and bringing you traffic that you will now own forever.
Not terrible. there's usually the way I like to structure offers is we will get you outcome in time frame or risk reversal. So this is a template for cold traffic. So for example, for your business, and we need to workshop this. I can tell you I've probably shot from the hip on an offer that worked maybe 3 times in my life. Usually there's a process to thinking through it, and we're going to do that live on a call.
Cool.
But let's say, for example, we will get you 1 million views in 90 days, or you don't pay. See how, and you don't have to do this, but like see how this is so much more tangible than, yeah, let's keep it real. To most people, what the fuck is a personal brand? Like, what does that even mean? Literally, like, what is it? It's so arbitrary, right? Or, we'll get you leads and then traffic. Okay. How many leads? What kind of traffic? Will those leads give me money? I don't know. I mean, right? Even this is like, to be fair, you could probably say the same thing about this. Like, we'll get you 1 million views. An educated buyer would say, I don't give a shit. What's 1 million views going to do for me? You can go buy 1 million views from a bot farm for $30.
Facts.
From a bunch of people just scrolling through their phone on India. So I mean, there's nuance to this, right? But we have to figure out who your avatar is, who you're selling to. So that's another thing, right? Another open loop. Avatar. Who are we selling to? Right? Because you describe it. It's like somebody who wants a personal brand. But in the year 2026, that's let me do the math. Beep boop beep. Everybody on fucking Earth. Right?
That's great.
I mean,
blue ocean.
Yeah, no. So having a TAM that is that large is equal parts blessing and curse, right? Mm-hmm. Because when you're marketing to them, you're going to get cheap cost per lead. You're going to really not have a hard time getting in front of your avatar. The constraint becomes it's hard to sell them expensive stuff because nothing you say will ever feel like you're specifically talking to them.
Gotcha.
When you're at a lower scale, there's a saying: the riches are in the niches. The more you niche down, the more attention you can command, the more money you can charge, the bigger problems you can solve, more specific problems for that person. And the reason is, as you niche down, you can really tailor things to them. Mm-hmm. If you're running a business where like you're basically helping 10 very different people develop a personal brand, it's so hard on a fulfillment level to systematize that offer because you will just be, I mean, it's like you're running 10 different businesses almost. Whereas, I mean, you were in, like, we had a Done With You program where, we're helping service businesses learn how to run ads. And it's like, I could systematize the hell out of it. I could effectively have a VA doing account management because it's like, we're just helping the same business over and over and over. And each time we did it, we got better. So it was like, it became pretty easy. So anyways, these are the things we need to solve. So I know in my head, the homework I'm going to assign you, but 2 questions for you. I'm going to ask them one at a time. First is, do you have any questions for me? Anything we covered where you're like, I have no idea what that guy just said?
No, you've done a great job explaining everything so far.
Oh, glaze me, King.
Dude, I feel like your ability to break down a complex topic into easily understood principles is next to none.
Okay. Don't stop. Keep going.
I'm out, dude. I got nothing. I got nothing left. Short of outside of that, dude, you're just a repulsive human being,
Fair, honestly, so true. Well said. Okay.
I've got no questions, dude. I think.
What do you feel like? We'll meet probably this time next week. Between now and then, what do you feel like you should be working on after hearing this?
I feel like I need to get super clear on avatar offer, and then I think time audit should be one of the first things that I attack. Is like just cut out all the.
I agree completely. So let's actually put these in order. So time audit is that's probably number 1 because you're just going to get a bunch of time back in your day. So what I want you to do is, even if it's just for the next, let's see, today's Friday. I'm actually, this is more of a curious question. Are your weekends like your weekdays, or are your weekends different than your weekdays?
Saturday can often look like a weekday, but Sunday is for the Lord.
Yeah, you're Mormon. That makes sense. Cool. Go team. Am I right?
Shout out to the Mormons out there watching this.
Yes, shout out to the Mormons. Do all of your wives go to church with you, or you just bring the special one that week?
I rotate depending on my feelings towards. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That logically makes sense. I don't know why I asked.
That it seems obvious now that I've said it.
Yeah, it does. Interesting. Dude, I'll tell you what, man. I love being married. I could not handle more. My wife is a beast, and she is a powerful woman. And I just, how could I handle two powerful women? I mean,
Dude, I've thought the same thing.
but
The only
then
way
you
I think
figured it
someone
out.
could, yeah. Well, what you'll see is the wives, they tend to fulfill certain needs with each other, like a sisterhood, and then it actually gets easier. You know what I mean?
Right on. Fair.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So we do the time audit first. I want to see what your Saturday looks like. I don't do Sunday, and then honestly, just do each day. Realistically,
Okay.
what you probably should be doing is set an alarm every 30 minutes during the hours that you're working, and just write down what you were doing in that exact moment when it goes off. It can be like a soundless alarm, but like when you happen to see it, it's like, okay, what was I doing? Um, you just write it. You can just get a Google Doc open and write it. We don't need to make some fun worksheet or whatever.
Okay.
While you're doing this, I want you to think on Avatar. The questions I want you to answer here is, so who do I want to serve? And then if you're stuck on this, the way I love to think about this is think of, if you've had a customer you really enjoyed working with, think of them. If you haven't, think of your dream customer. But think of one person. It's so easy to describe one person. It's very hard to describe groups of people. That's why oftentimes stereotypes are offensive, because they're never going to be entirely inclusive. Whereas if I said, yeah, that Logan guy, he's really smart and handsome and tall, it's like, yeah, because I'm looking at him, it's objectively true, right? But I can't say all white people are handsome and tall, because objectively they're not. Like I'm ugly and short. So
I'm only
who is the
five. I'm
person?
5'9" for the record.
I'm 6'6", and that's my only personality trait, for the
Oh
record.
my gosh.
Okay, so very, very specific.
Yeah, I already have someone in mind. It's the guy you asked about earlier, so
Yeah.
I'll write that out very clearly.
Describe them, and then just be thinking about this logically too. Like, is that one person the right person to build a business around? Because I've made this mistake where it's like, yeah, I love working with a certain avatar, but they are also probably not the person that even would buy this product. So sometimes you got to pulse check it there.
Gotcha.
You can think on offer. I'm going to bring you some stuff for our next call. So this is probably, I'll put here, Logan thinks, Trevor delivers, and then we'll save the things below.
Cool.
Cool?
Love it.
Go team. All right. If you're watching this, let us know what you think. Season 1, episode 1. This is either going to be one of those things where it's like, wow, it's going to be so cool to look back because we did 50 seasons, or it's going to be like, wow, they never came back for episode 2. What bums. So tune in to find out, I guess, huh?
Dude, I'll be like a repeat guy every season.
Yeah.
Just-
This season, we're going to try again to double them from 25 to 50.
Yeah. You ever seen Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I haven't.
There's a character who just every season he goes downhill worse and worse, and by the end he's like a complete homeless crack addict. I'll be like, every season just worse off. But no, that's good stuff, dude. I appreciate it.
Yeah, right on, homie. Okay. Peace.